just a quick thought. One of the major challenges to the proper understanding of the concept of the kingdom of God is our interpreting it in the metaphorical sense. And that brings us to focusing on personal salvation when we are talking about the gospel of the kingdom of God. Howbeit, in the original sense, the kingdom was and is fundamentally, wholly political. It's about a kingdom, it's about a country, it's about society, it's about civilization. And the emphasis of the gospel of the kingdom is not necessarily about personal salvation, even though that is part of the package, you see. But the emphasis is about the transformation of the earth, the transformation of society into that ideal civilization that God had in mind from the word go. Let me use the example of a political campaign. When a political party goes to a town or a city, they want to do political rally, what do they present? What do they preach? What do they advertise? Of course, at some point in their declaration of manifesto, they'll talk about how individuals will benefit, better life for everybody. But primarily, they are describing how society as a whole will be transformed by their governments when elected into office, you see. In the transformation of society, in the provision of good governance, there will now be an enabling environment for every individual citizen to thrive. They will create economic buoyancy in such a way that every citizen, every member of that society will benefit, you see. In the electioneering, they won't be talking about individual salvation. I'm saying that in quote now. They won't be talking about individual salvation. And of course, even when they get to the part, even when they are elected into office, no political party will start handing out cash to every individual citizen. No. The concept of good governance, of provision of security, social amenities, good infrastructure, you see, that is talking about society in general. Now, when all of those are provided, then individuals will find that society a safe space, will find the place secure, will find the place economically viable. You see, that is the focus of the kingdom, the gospel of the kingdom. The focus of the kingdom is about the transformation of society. It's about bringing back society to that original intention God had in mind when He planted the Garden of Eden. The Garden of Eden was not a completed project. It was the seed project, with the expectation that Adam would now replicate. He will use the small garden as a template to replicate the same throughout the sphere of the earth. So if Adam had not sinned, it would have appeared as if the Garden of Eden was expanding, you see. And so that was the original context. That was the original intention in the mind of God for creating man and for instituting human government on the earth, all right, as an extension of His own reign, His own rule, His own government, which comes from the heavens. So, in brief, again, the emphasis of the kingdom, the gospel of the kingdom, is not primarily about human, individual, personal salvation, but about a holistic transformation of society, all right, and providing an enabling environment, a space that everyone can thrive and live fulfilled lives and so on. I end by this quote in Isaiah 61. Okay, it said, the Spirit of the sovereign God is upon me. He has anointed me to preach the good news to the poor and all of that. But you see, all of that is to the end that those who have been ministered to, who have been transformed, will now become agents of transformation. It says, and they will rebuild the old waste places. They will repair the desolation of many generations, and they will rebuild the ruined cities. All right. So that is the essence: rebuilding the old waste places, repairing the ruined cities, and restoring the desolation of many generations. I hope this blesses you. Till I come your way another time, God bless you.